Hello, I'm Steven.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are
Flickers.
And today we had the actual wonderful opportunity to catch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in IMAX. And we actually just got back from seeing it, and wow, what a movie, what a movie. So what is your take back from it?
Honestly, it was kind of a whirlwind from beginning to end. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and honestly, it might be my new favorite Tarantino film.
Now, I tell you what, this is his 9th film of his entire wonderful repertoire of films he's made so far. For me personally, I put it in my top 3. Inglourious Basterds, I still think is one of his best works. But this one, the way he makes it just flow in a sequential order, but also as well, you have 3 different storylines kind of interwoven throughout the entire time in such a wonderful manner. The whole movie is basically a buildup of just character development, all for the impacting ending that the movie has. Now, once again, keep in mind, if you haven't seen the movie yet, you kind of need to have knowledge of the Manson murders as well as Sharon Tate's connection to that, or else the movie would not have any impact that it does without giving anything away. But anyone walking into the movie would just be like, what just happened, and why did I just watch this? I will say that. But the acting.
Oh my gosh, the acting. Literally from beginning to end, I was just completely enraptured by just how well they did and how well they fit into the character. I wasn't thinking, oh wow, look how good Leo's doing. I was thinking, oh wow,
Rick Dalton.
Rick Dalton is an amazing actor.
Cliff Booth is Brad Pitt.
My gosh.
Incredible.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
So many different colorful characters. And that's the one thing I love about Tarantino's films. He has such good characters that he writes. They stick with you forever. Just keep in mind, though, if you're not familiar with Tarantino's kind of cadence, he does use very strong language, so if you're not a language person, I would definitely stay away from it. Also, he's known for having very, very graphically violent films, and he holds it off until the very last few moments of the movie, in which case it just comes right at you. But man, it is justifiable. Everything about it is justifiable. But the cinematography, on point, as always. His usage of audio to keep the cadence of everything is just perfect. So it might be slow. It might have moments where you feel like you're just watching dialogue for a long time in stagnant spots. But once again, he knows how to properly pace his writing.
Well, it really doesn't feel stagnant if you know
what to expect.
Yeah, if you go into it knowing how Tarantino is, it's so well done. It's not slow. It's not oh wow, he spent 3 hours doing character development and then finally got to the plot. No, absolutely not. It was literally, the way I described it when we got out was you like going to a restaurant because of how great the dessert is, but then enjoying the courses along the way. Like, you're expecting to enjoy the end, but then the whole journey to get there was just phenomenal.
Worth it, and every single part of it's a delicious part of your courses. And now the way I kind of view a movie is like whenever we end up purchasing a film, if I want to put on a movie or something like that, a good movie to me is a movie that I want to watch all the way to the end. So you have to have a good ending to make it worthwhile watching. Sometimes if it doesn't have a good ending, I'll be good at the beginning, middle, and then I'll just turn it off. I know it sounds horrible, but that's how I am. But this movie has such a good ending that like every time I watch it, and this is our 2nd time watching it, and I caught a whole lot more, by the way. Everything that's in his movies, in the background and everything that's said, is all done for a reason, for telling the story. And this one,
or even just to, not necessarily like Easter eggs, but like, the girl singing a song called Straight Shooter and, people are about to die sort of thing.
Or someone standing in front of a place called Pandora's Box. Like, there's very, very, very subtle hints at the kind of underlying dread that's to come, but you don't really think about it in the forefront, and that's what's so powerful about this movie. It's just, it's done so. I highly recommend seeing this movie, 100%.
So, what's your rating?
Honestly, I can't find any faults with the film at all. I would give it 5 slates out of 5. How about yourself?
Honestly, I would give it 5 slates out of 5 too. Literally everything from the audio to the acting to the cinematography, the writing, the characters, everything was just so well rounded, and I would go watch it again right now. Like, this very second, I would go again and watch it just because it was so well done.
Now, keep in mind, if you do like well-written stories that kind of had the pacing of like it felt like an old Hollywood film.
Yeah.
And you don't mind strong language, but you don't like violence, it's fine. Literally, it's only the last few minutes of the film.
Yeah, and you can always look away if something gets to the point where you're like, ugh.
But it's not worth avoiding the film for that reason. It's not. Like, literally, give this movie a chance if you like Tarantino, or if you just like a really good film.
Or really even if you like the 60s. Like, this was the perfect homage to the 60s. And granted, it shows kind of the nitty-gritty of the 60s. It shows some of the things that were wrong with the 60s. But then it also kind of gave you the best of what Hollywood was like also. And
the soundtrack. the soundtrack is so good. Every single song choice is just on point. So that's our take from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Very, very great film.
Very well worth it.
And I'm looking forward to the next film that Tarantino puts out. So far, I haven't been disappointed from any of them, literally. Now, our next movie we'll be reviewing will be coming up this Wednesday. It'll be Ready or Not. So, Ready or Not, we'll be seeing it and giving you guys a review. Hopefully on Friday, that'll be our goal for the release of that. But until next time...
Please don't get to prescribe. Please don't get to prescribe. We need as many followers as possible. Obviously, it's super helpful. And then you can also get to see some of our reviews. I think they're kind of fun. And while you're prescribing for medication, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for dropping in. We will see y'all next time. Have a good day, Flickers.